yes people, another edition of At Where They Are Sleep. We literally had finished our badge versus badge, and I had a few messages all from Toon guys. So it was like, right, let's run it. Newcastle fans come together. Let's run a quick show again. So jumping back on live on a surprise one. So Toon, good to have you, bro. How's it going?
Big up, Mitch. Big up, D. Good to see you guys. And big up the chat. Anybody that's here, when you get 2 shows in one setting, that's like 2 for the price of 1. I ain't seen that since Morley. So big up to you, Mitch, man. Good to be here, man. God bless everyone here.
I couldn't believe how it came together. All 3 of you messaged me within about 2 minutes. You two, and then Specks messaged me and was like, what's going on? I'm trying to get in. I was like, no, I'm coming back.
My popular demand, man.
How's it going, D? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Good to be on with you guys, man. I thought after today's events, I thought, man, like I said, trying to join earlier, and obviously you got to finish the stream, so I thought, let me holler you, man. So glad to be on with you guys, man. Hope you guys are good.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Good to have you. So, thoughts on the game? I already did a quick bit on the last show, so we'll start with you two. Who wants to go first? What did you think about it?
Go on, D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm usually harsher on the team and Eddie Howe and that, but you know what? I don't think we performed too badly today, I like the way we set up. We didn't just try to park the bus. We actually tried to attack City, and obviously the final third let us down. But we caused them problems. The fact that they had Haaland playing at left back and centre back at certain times, you know what I mean? The fact that they celebrated the way they celebrated at the end of the game showed that we caused them problems, bro. They had to earn that win. And there were promising signs from a couple players. Like I thought Gordon did well up top again. With his movement and his pace causing a problem. The fact that they had to sub Diaz to bring on my man to deal with his pace and stuff. I thought the centre backs played well. Dan Burn obviously started a bit shakily, but he settled into the game. I thought Malik Chow was solid as well. Lewis Hall was decent. I don't think it was a bad performance. I think we could have come away with something. Obviously, we had the goal disallowed. Had a few shots on goal and stuff. So, considering how we usually perform at the Etihad, I thought this was quite refreshing. I thought credit to Eddie how he set up, and he tried to go for it, and almost paid off. So, I'm not going to be too harsh on him today, man.
Yeah, for me, I agree with everything that Diego said. What I'll add is that this is our 4th away trip in a row, which includes 3 wins in a row: Premier League, FA Cups, Champions League, and now back at the Etihad. And I think all of them, apart from the City game, maybe we deserve to win. So we've been, and the performance have been very, very good. Even at the Etihad, the performance was good. I think won't dwell on the refereeing decision too much. I do think that we should have got either you retake the free kick, the Dan Burn one when he was pushing to the offside. Either you retake the free kick, give the penalty, or something, in my opinion. But we'll get back to that if you want. But the final third bit was the part that frustrated me a lot, and I think it frustrated Gordon because there were these half chances, half opportunities, usually with Elanga, but there was others where he's just saying, just release the ball. The guys just scored 4 goals in the previous Champions League game. Like he's itching just to have at least a shot on target or something with the keeper, and you're not releasing the ball to him. I do think Elanga's got, his confidence is up and down. We're yet to see the best of him, but Ramsey's turned it around since the PSG game. I love Ramsey. I even like his profile as a midfielder. He's like well, okay. When I mention this player, I'm not saying that he is this player, but he's kind of all action. He's like a Gerrard type almost. Like what I mean by that is to say that I have to explain myself now. That's a Gerrard, but in the sense of like he's all action. Like he's everything, and he can get the ball in any place, whether it's in whether he's surrounded by 2-3 players, and you feel the players are even comfortable to give him the ball in that position. He's able to drive with it or to pass it along. Like he's been really, really superb. Even some of his tracking back, there've been a number of times when Haaland sets off and he has to chase him, or Semenyo sets off and he has to chase them down. And those are big boys, but there's been occasions where he toe pokes it away from them or slides and does really, really well. For me at this moment in time, wherever midfield we have, I think Jacob Ramsey has to be in it.
Agreed.
But, so that's where I'm at with it, even with Bruno back and, however it looks. But yeah, I think we gave a good performance. I think if we, the next 2 games, for instance, against Man United and against Everton, if we repeat those performances, better in the final third, I think we have a very, very good chance of winning those games. So, yeah, man, like can't complain. It was a good performance. Disappointed with the result. See where we'll go from here, essentially.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with both of you there. I actually feel like the thing in the final third, and I thought there was a few sort of weird defensive decisions we made. I think that all falls into the travel to Baku and back. Might not have been tired legs, but I think there was a little bit of tired minds going on there, and everybody sort of slightly overthinking things.
Yeah.
But it's a weird one. It sounds weird to say it was a promising defeat, because defeats are normally like I hate losing, regardless of what it is. Always hate losing. But it was one of them coming away from the Etihad, playing well, and actually feeling frustrated we didn't draw. Is the uniqueness of the feeling is making me think that there's a few shoots of like the season isn't done. Whereas I think we all had discussions after the Brentford game. And we had 4 away games back to back, and we was like, after these 4 games, our season could be over, and there's going to be nothing to play for. So we've come out the back of them, still in the FA Cup. We've got Man City around the corner in that, and it's kind of looking forward to the game again now. It's like, right, bring them on. Let's have another go.
That's it.
Especially knowing that they've got that, because by that stage, so it's about 4 or 5 games away now. By that stage, the title. When's the League Cup? I think
the League Cup final is March the 22nd.
Okay, so it's in
the
and
same
around.
day we play Sunderland, but then we play them in the FA Cup. Is it the 7th of March?
So just before
2 weeks before, I think it is.
Okay,
but they've got league games that they need to win in between.
They've got league games they need to win, so it's going to be an interesting time for City when they come to St James's Park. I know we're going to be up for it.
100%.
I swear we've had the toughest run. It's the most rigged fixtures I've ever seen in my
ridiculous.
Everyone's got Macclesfield. I'm like, oh my word, jeez Louise. But yeah, so there's definitely something to look forward to. That I agree. It is a promising. I know what you mean by promising defeat. Like the performance gives you enough to say there could be something here. And I know by the time before the 2, I really think the Man United and Everton games after the Qarabag one are going to be key. I think Eddie Howe will probably rotate fairly heavily for the Qarabag game, but still have players to get back to fitness. Like I think Joe Linton will play, Miley will play, Botman will be back to play.
Wissa might be there.
Wissa, yeah. Wissa, we're on. We can see Wissa.
We're out now.
It's not even listed as injured. Like I heard someone say that they're just putting him through intense training
because he's overweight. Apparently,
no. I hope that's not true. I hope that's not true that he's overweight.
I swear that's what I've heard, is that they've just pulled him from squads until he gets his sharpness and a little bit more fitness.
But the thing is, you said about promising defeat, and I agree, because at the end of the day, the 3 away games that we played before that, we played well, and we played well today. So when we get into this groove, we tend to carry it on for quite a while. So this is quite promising. And in fact, I think we've got 4 home games in a row now.
Yeah.
So this is the time we should be kicking on. Like we've started to pick up a bit of steam now, especially away from home. We've got the confidence. We've got a different way of playing now.
Yeah.
Formation. So I think, we should be quite confident going into this next, chunk of games. And like I said, the season's not over. After these 4 games, if we win all 4 in all competitions, the season looks a bit different now. You know what I mean? Now European football's on the horizon. Could get, you could make the quarterfinals of the Champions League. If we beat City in the FA Cup, then you might be start murmurings of how far can we go in that in the FA Cup. So you know what I mean? It's not all doom and gloom, man. So credit to Eddie Howe and the boys, how they reacted. Like I said, after that Brentford game, they seem to have turned the corner a little bit. So it's a bit more encouraging.
Big up to Iniesta, man.
Yeah, so going into them 4 games, how are people feeling? Because
I'm looking at the games.
I did a short, like a match reaction short that went up and made a similar statement to what I made after the Man United D-man. After that Man United game, made a similar statement to that. And and I want to see it. I want us to go 4 from 4 from these next 4. We've got Qarabag, Everton, Man United, and then it's the Man City Cup game. I want all 4.
I think it's possible. Funny enough, the one that concerns me the most is the Man United game. Because usually I'm confident going into it because they've been so trash for the last few years. But they're starting to. Carrick's got them playing a different way. They're playing with confidence. Their attack is dare I say, quite frightening. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be as straightforward as I would have thought about it a few months ago. So I think we got enough to beat them, but that's the one that really sticks out to me to say, you know what, we could, slip up a little bit there, but it's possible. 4 from 4 is possible, very possible. Don't know what you think, but
I think if we, it's funny because the Carabao game is supposed to be dead rubber, but at the same time, Eddie has we joked about before, Mitch, but Eddie has this thing about keeping momentum and rhythm. Yeah. You guys remember when we beat Sheffield United 8-0?
Yeah.
You know, by the time we were 5-0 up, he brought an Isak.
Yeah.
When he done that, I said, you're that guy, innit? You're really that guy. You're really that guy. You did not need to bring him on, but you're that guy. So I learned that Eddie Howe values like rhythm, victory for him. So yes, he's going to rotate, but I guess I mentioned the Carabao game because I think he's going to still use that as a springboard to rotate, to keep it going. He'd want a really good victory. He's not going to be here. Why I say that, because then he's got the Everton and Man United game. You don't want a bad game against Carabao.
Yeah. And
then go into Everton. I think if we're able to, we beat Everton away 4-0, by the way. That seems like an outlier.
4-1,
4-1, that's it. But if we're able to like really have a good performance, if we maul Everton at St. James's Park, it really raised the thing for Man United. Because Man United are playing better. They're having a great time, a week off and all of that. But there's a reason why they struggled against West Ham and all the. But there's still little bits there. Like I feel like having a game once a week can be a gift and a curse. Yes, you can rest, but then you don't have the same rhythm. Like today, even against City had a week off, but that whole second half, I thought was ours. Like, what frustrated me more is that we didn't create more opportunities. I felt like City just went into a shell. They're like, oh, forgive me, please. Like, I just felt like, they're just like on the ropes, like whatever.
They were trying to hit us on the counter.
I was like, what? You guys gave up. Jeez.
It looked like a reverse, didn't it? Donovan was kicking into no man's land.
We were going man for man. I saw Chow up on their penalty box marking. I forgot who the player was, but then I'm like, oh, okay, so we're doing all of that now. So if that Newcastle turns up, I think Eddie, you're talking about Eddie Howe's changed up the formation a bit. I was doing a show yesterday and kind of read The Athletic. Eddie Howe did an interview, and I agree with him now that I'm looking back at it, after the Carabao game, where he said, I haven't changed the system. I've played the same system I played for years. All that's changed is the personnel. And I'm like,
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense, because when you're playing Gordon or Solar up front with Barnes and Ilanga, whoever is there, it's like pace, power, athleticism. Like it feels like we've gone back to our old ways. We are Runner FC. Like we need to miss that. I just wonder if that team then turns up against, whether it's against Carabao, Everton, and gets into that rhythm against Man United at St. James's Park. What time is the Man United game, by the way? 8:15 kickoff.
Yeah, it's a late one. We've got two back-to-back 8 o'clock kickoffs at St. James's.
Under the lights, yeah?
You know what happens. You know what happens.
Is it a midweek game or a weekend game?
It's a midweek. I think that's the Wednesday before the Man City game.
Right, okay.
It don't matter. Okay. Then nobody's going to work the next day anyway. So that's so I kind of see where you're coming from with it, Mitch. But I think rhythm and kind of continuing on, just I hope that the team, and I haven't seen the interviews after, but I hope the team, Eddie, like take it as, okay, the result wasn't good, but we're still got that rhythm. We're playing. We're doing what we want to do, and just take it into the next games, really.
Yeah. Does it feel to either of you like he's just ramped it up a bit now? So he's ramped up the press, he's ramped up the energy, because we've come out the back of the mad fixture congestion. We've still got 3 games a week here and there, but the crazy fixture congestion's died down. So he thinks it's more maintainable from now to the end of the season. So he's thought, you know what? Let's just press the hell out of people.
He's going to go for it. Yeah.
It just seems like we're going just full on attacking every single team.
I think that was deliberate, to be honest, because at the beginning of the season, we were trying to play this controlled kind of method of football. Not unless it was like one of the big games. You weren't really going hell for leather in all these games, and I get it because of the fixture pile-up that we had. And he, to be fair to his credit, he started utilising the squad a bit more as well. But I think the plan was always, especially with is it James Bunce, the performance coach?
Yeah.
He's kind of, listening to him a bit more and learning from what he did 2 seasons ago. So it's similar to what I don't know if you remember Arsenal back in the day. One season obviously they came up short, but one season they were playing like pragmatic football. And then they started blowing teams away. Going for teams, and I think that's what Newcastle are going to try to do now. I think they're going to try to stick it on teams with this high energy that we're used to, that high energy with the likes of Joe Linton back, wherever. It's a shame that Bruno's not there, but I think they're going to really go for it, especially when like the Tino comes back, Botman's back in the team. But I think we're going to really, really go for teams, go for the jugular. So I think we'll start when we win. I think some of the wins are going to be like 2-3, 4-0, or by 3 goals. I think we're going to really ramp it up. So
I was gonna say that I feel like we really need to smack someone. I think just to make Karabag is in Azerbaijan, but we really need to smack someone in the Premier League. We need to get it off our chest. But I agree with. I don't. Eddie Howe talked. I think they talked about Athletic after that Brentford game where. You're right. I think they try to control things a little bit too much. And it's understandable considering like last year? Was it last year? Last year we had 14 players out. We had more than 10 players out throughout the season. We had 2 players on ACL injuries, Lascelles and Botman. That's no joke. That's insane. So I understand why he's done that and he's tried to be more controlled. I saw the comment from Ginesta about we don't need to be under. I don't look at us being underdogs as whether it's kind of runner FC. I'm kind of doing the air quotes because I don't think we are runner FC. I think we've got a lot of technical players. I think opposition fans keep on wanting to call us runner FC, but what they don't understand is the intensity about our play. I think they fear it and they try to, what's the word? When someone tries to kind of downplay your strengths because they're just scared of your strengths. They're such bullies, they're rugby players. What they're saying is, you guys play a bit too rough. Can you
don't do that?
Do that, please.
It's like everybody with all the corners, isn't it? It's like, you're just corner FC. Yeah, but they're just doing it, man. Everybody worries because
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So I don't look at it as, and I'll also look. We try to get. I think Eddie Howe's still evolving the style. I feel like the personnel isn't quite there yet. If we, for instance, had kept Isak or we bought the number 9 that we wanted, I think we'd have a very different season this season in terms of what we're going forward. Worcester was supposed to be that guy, got injured, and I pray to God the story about him being overweight isn't true because that will just be, I'll really I'll be really annoyed about that. But our team, the way it is set up for like a half good number 9 almost, like just someone can. I was saying like. I know I keep on going about this, like even to the level of like a Strand Larson. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's big, strong, can run in behind. We could have had him, but our team is set up for that type of striker. Unfortunately, we haven't got him. So I think there's more to come. That's why we've got Gordon and Osola second. I wouldn't be surprised if Wissa comes back, but Osola's second choice for now, right? Like he just needs. We need to keep that intensity going, like in terms of what we're doing. So hopefully Romento's back soon as well. So
what's that guy's thoughts on Voldemort though? Yeah, the fact that he's dropping deep or is he number 9? Should he be playing up front? Like, what's your thoughts?
I like the role he's playing at the minute because it gets him more involved. And without Bruno, I feel we need him in there because he will try a pass a little bit more than some of the others in midfield. And I think he helps us keep the ball and keep possession and control the game a bit more. I like him in that role. It's just whether he's happy to do that consistently going forward or if he's been told, look, we need you here for now, but going forward, you're going to be back in a little bit more of attacking position.
He does a similar role for Germany. It's not a big thing. He's playing in the left 8, and that's what Eddie Howe described him as a midfielder. I know someone was saying, is he false 9? Is he this? He's a left 8. The difference is that because it's Voldemort, he just plays the left 8 different to a Joe Linton and different to a Willock, for instance, like a different to but he does it how Voltemada does it in his way, where he's able. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that today from today's game. Like, when there's a couple of opportunities we had to break, and the difference between, for instance, him and the Ramsey. So when Voltemada picked up the ball, he went straight for the long ball. One of the opportunities that Gordon had, where he ran on, he knocked the ball down. I think he was a 1-on-1 with Diaz, and he knocked the ball down. But that was Voltemada that came with that creative pass. So that's more him. He can't, because he hasn't got the pace to carry. He can carry, but he hasn't got the pace to do it. He's got that pass in him. Whereas, for instance, Ramsey or Willock can pick it up and drive with it. So Voltemada adds that creativity. You're not going to find Joe Linton delivering those type of balls too often. That's not his. No. We saw what Joe Linton did today. He just wanted to have a fight, right? So,
he was looking to break someone in half.
I'm like, it's like the uncle that you love, but he turns out to the barbecue drunk, and you're like, bro, like it was good vibes until you did this thing. Like we was, you know what I mean? We've got the team on the ropes. Like you're looking to smash people.
Yeah.
So that's the difference with him. But I think if I were him, I'll be enjoying it. Like it's not too different to what he was doing at Germany, and in Germany. And as long as he's playing, and look at the players around him, like Miley's playing right back. You think he wants to play right back? he's doing it like with all the gusto, like he was. I mean, so, and that's so that's the attitude I hope he has. I think he's doing well. I was surprised to see him today. I thought it'd be Ramsey, Willock, and
Tonali.
Tonali. Was Willock on the bench? Or was he injured?
No, Willock
started. He started left, didn't he?
No.
And then after about 25 minutes, we switched in with Ramsey.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a bit of difference. I can't wait to see Miley come back and hopefully stop playing right back at some point to see where Miley, because I think Miley, in the way we're playing now, if you have a Miley, Ramsey, and whoever, right? Miley, Ramsey, Tonali, man, that kind of combination.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
When's he back, though? When's he back?
I reckon he's going to come back for the carrot. He's fit now. I think Eddie Howe's kept Botman, Miley, and those guys. Big up Geordie.
I think when he said I'd stopped, I think he just cut loose. I did say join, but yeah. Gone to bed.
But I think Karabakh. I think those three are going to be there for the Karabakh game, and then we'll see. We'll see what they're doing. I think so.
Hoped up, yeah. Him, Miley, and
Tino, he'll be playing right back, we need back because I think Trippier's going to get rotated out.
That's it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
but then I think the rotations, as much as I think we'll see a few rotations, but they're not like. I don't think we'll see anything wild. We'll probably see Sulla up top, Miley coming back in, Joe Linton coming back in, Botman coming back in.
Yeah.
And they're the kind of rotations we're looking at.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Thiago get a rest of, man. He's played the most. I heard that he's played the most minutes of any Premier League.
Well, he's going to miss the Carabao game. He's suspended, isn't he? So he's going to get the rest there. So
it'll probably be Botman on the right of the back four.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. It's promising though, because we're looking at all these changes, and then you look at it and you think that's still a good team. And like we were saying about the midfield earlier, you could pick from a pool of 5 midfielders and just piece together any 3 and go, and that's arguably our strongest midfield.
Yeah, especially when they're playing like this. I feel like they found a better balance. I'm not as scared I think our rest defense is better, so we're not getting caught in the transitions. I'm not as scared as when we're pushing up now. Yeah. I'm thinking we're better, Tonali's bucked up his ideas a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And I think, Hall is incredible. He's amazing. I know O'Reilly played. He's got 2 goals. England are lucky they got really good left backs.
Yeah.
But I think O'Reilly's no longer a left back though, man.
He never was.
He's back higher up. Natural position, isn't it? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was incredible, really.
For him to be playing in that role when you've got players like Cherky sat on the bench and he plays like every single week at the minute, O'Reilly, that just shows how special he is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that he's no longer playing left back, because it's like, as a youngster, you always get shunted out there. But for him to now flourish in his natural positions, looking good, it's good for him. Good for him, young lad. But I think that ends the debate. Lewis Hall is hands down England's number 1 left back. He's outrageous at times, man. There was one today, the ball dropped out of their heavens and he had 2 players next to him. He just brought it down. I was just like, no, that's just different.
He's bad.
Like, we've got this whole thing about Newcastle not having technical midfielders. We've got some players, we've got some really, really good technical players.
Yeah. I think the bit of what Ginny said at the end here about Pope and Burton is the bit that I agree with. I think other than them two, I think across the board, our technical seed is pretty high. Like Joe Linton's probably the next lowest when it comes to technical ability in the squad if you take up Pope and Burton.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad place to be in. Whereas if you look at it when everybody's fit, is he even going to start? Is he even going to be in the best 4 or 5 midfielders we've got going forward? He's going to be used sparingly here and there when we need all action, tackle, headers, all of that in the midfield.
You see how we played. I know it's the opposition was poor, but when we played against Spurs, the way the midfield were moving about in that game and passing it around and interchanging the position and that's what we want to see.
That was it.
That's what you want to see. You know what I mean? Because it was causing them a lot of problem. And obviously with Gordon, I know Gordon's not a natural number 9, but his movement as well was causing problem. But the telepathy between the midfielders, it was a joy to watch, man. A joy to watch. So if we can continue like that, then that's the next day of the evolution. You know what I mean? None of this just this free H just running about with engines and stuff. But nah, just knock it around, play comfortable on the ball. That's what I want to see, man. Movement.
On a bit of a rogue one, do you feel it benefits us, that style of play, without Bruno?
See, that's
because when Bruno's there, it's all about Bruno. Everything goes through him. He plays like 3 different positions at the same time because everything goes through him. But when he's not, everybody just does their job, and we seem more fluid and more natural with what we're doing. Less predictable as well.
Well, if we can get a few wins in the league without it, then I'd say because remember, we still haven't won without him. Yeah. So if we can get that kind of performance in a league game and win comfortably, then I can start to say, you know what, I agree. The signs are there, but we have to do it when it counts, innit? We have to do it in the league. And if we can do that against the next few oppositions up until he gets back, then there's an argument for it, because end of the day, he's so key for us. He is. But I get what you're saying. It's like the responsibility is shared a lot more. Yeah. Whereas, like I said, when he's here, he's the captain. It goes through him. He instigates the moves. He recycles possession. But for it to be effective, I like to see us do it in the league. You know what I mean? Because that stat is there for a reason. We haven't won without him in the league. So let's see what we can do in it. That's what I think.
Yeah, and I think in that Tottenham game, obviously, he played most of that part. And I think we're still playing through them well. I think he kind of had to go back into that 6 role. He prefers to play more advanced, but he went into that 6 role because Tonali hasn't been playing well. And he was fine. He was calm. Like, he wasn't hugging the ball, for instance. He'll release it when he needs to. Ramsey was the one who was advanced. And Ramsey got to steal the show. Obviously, Willock was even further advanced. He would be joining in with Gordon and Delanka. They kind of went across each other a little bit, but I think they'll fix that up once they play a little bit more. Yeah, so I think we're like, I don't think I don't think he will take away from our fluidity if he comes back. I think he'll embrace it, if anything. So good players make other good players play better. I think that's what's going to happen, really.
Yeah, totally agree. It's just something I had in my head when he got injured. I think it was probably just the coping mechanism of, we'll be more fluid when he's not there. And we have looked a little bit more fluid the last few games, even though, like you say, in the Tottenham game, he was there and we were still fluid. So
there's so many combinations I hope I get to see. We'll see what happens in the summer, like whether it's a Miley, Bruno, Ramsey combination, Willock, Ramsey, Miley combination. There's so many little different combinations that we have that we can use. That'll be really interesting to see how it works out for us.
Yeah, 100%, totally agree. I know Toon wanted to shoot, but before you do, what are you thinking on the title race now?
I don't think we have any chance this year. No, I think how many games have they got left now?
11.
We talked about, like, it always comes down to this for when we did our predictions, and I said, look, I thought that's Newcastle. Arsenal had the best summer in terms of how they built their team, in my opinion. They literally got a player for every position, and I think for instance, their second string defense would walk into most defenses. Like, that's how good they are. It always comes down to the manager for me. At that point, it always comes. I think leadership is influence, and I think we're going to find out whether if when it comes to these crunch times and special times, it's going to come down to Arteta and his influence on the players. It doesn't mean it's 100% on Arteta. There are parts where the players have to. You're on the pitch, like you're going to have to do something. Like when people say, "Oh, Arteta doesn't allow them to be individuals," what does he do? Like, what can he do? Like, is he screaming on the pitch to Ødegaard, "Don't make a through ball, don't take a risk"? Like, I don't think he's doing that. Like, do you know what I mean? So I think there's a give and take, but I think maybe off the pitch, how they handle pressure when they came off the pitch against Wolves and they're in that changing room. What does Arteta have an experience in his locker to tell them, "Don't worry, boys, we're still going to win it. We're still going to go here." Like, how do they perceive him? I reckon the City players look at Guardiola differently when they're up against it, and we've seen it, for instance, right? They've got something to go off of there. It's his first job, and I think if they do lose it to City this time round, I think it will come down to. I think it will come down to more to the manager, and I think if they're not kept, I think it'll be interesting to see how they rebuild from it, because to not do it, second time round, third time round, it's a difficult thing. Like, imagine we had our second League Cup final second year run. Imagine if we didn't win it. Like, we're like, are we ever gonna? And we're having this season now, like how we're having now.
Just sat there thinking, where do we even go next at this point?
Exactly. I think part of the reason why we're having a decent FA Cup run at the moment is because we know we're good at League Cup runs. Like, we know we can do it. We know what it means to step through these things. Arsenal are just learning it at the moment. So, yeah, I think I think City will do it, but yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Fair enough, D-man. What are you saying?
You know what? I backed Arsenal before a ball was kicked, right? And similar to what you're saying, they've got the most balanced squad. They've got the best squad. If they don't get over the line, then they will be questioned, not only for the manager, but for the club itself. When is it going to happen? Because this will be another capitulation if they don't do it. City, this is a City team in transition. They're not as good as the Cities in the past. Yes, the manager's still there, which is a big factor. I think Pep's the greatest. That's my opinion. But I still think they're going to crawl over the line, but it's going to go down to the wire. And it's mainly because I don't think City are going to be consistent enough to win every game. And I think they're going to drop City points. I think they will a long road. If Arsenal get across the line tomorrow, I think that's a big confidence booster. And I think they'll go on and get it done. But the problem with Arsenal is that usually when teams win it, especially over the last 5, 6, 7 years, there's a standout player, that makes all the difference. Whether it's a Haaland, whether it's a De Bruyne, Gundogan, Salah, you know what I mean? They've got these players. Arsenal haven't got that player, and their defense, which is very good, was rock solid for 2/3 of the season or half the season. They're now conceding goals, and where the attack is not that great, Gyökeres is still trying to find his feet. Saka hasn't had a great season. Trossard is his form is dipped. Martinez is inconsistent. Who've they got to bail them out? 2 wins in 7, and you've got this City team chasing you down. You saw the reaction after the Wolves game. When you blow a 2-goal lead against 20th in the league, bottom of the league, their heads were hanging. They were trying to fight. That's a team that's worried. If you saw Arteta's reaction afterwards, the doubt is starting to creep in.
Even the way they conceded the second goal.
Exactly. I remember they were fortunate to beat Wolves in the first place in the first fixture. And the worst fixture they would want to have is Tottenham away. The North London derby. New manager bounce. Tottenham will want nothing more than to dent their title hopes. And then they got Chelsea afterwards. So psychologically, City have got the edge. Remember, if City win all their games, they're champions. And Arsenal still have to come to the Etihad. So that's where we're going to see where if City if Arsenal haven't got more than a 3-point lead going into that game, they're done. But I think they will. I think they'll have like a 4 or 5 point gap by then and get it done. But it's going to be nervy. It's going to be a very nervy finish to the end. But I think they'll get it done. Just.
City are going to have to drop some mad points for them to have a gap, though.
They do, but
Because City have got Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Palace, Chelsea.
So those 5, yeah.
Whereas Arsenal have got Tottenham, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth.
Who's that last one?
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So out of that, I would say who's going to pick up the more points from their 5 games? I'd bank on City picking up more 5 points in that.
And also remember, they play each other in a League Cup final.
Yeah.
So that could be a psychological blow or an advantage. Whoever wins or loses that one, I think psychologically they have a bit of an edge. If Arsenal lose that, all sorts of fears going to start kicking in.
Oh yeah, 100%. And do you know what's also key? If Arsenal don't win tomorrow, City play first next weekend. So by the time Arsenal play, they'll either be behind or level on points. If they don't win tomorrow, and if
that's when it gets sticky. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't win, if they win tomorrow, then I think they'll be confident to get it done. If they don't, it could get mad.
Yeah, they're putting City in a position you don't want to put them on.
Yeah. Because if City go just even a point clear of Arsenal, they're not letting that slip. They're not letting. Even if they go level with Arsenal, they are not letting that slip. They're not. So Arsenal have to win, and that's the thing. The pressure's on them. Spurs ain't got the pressure. All right, Spurs are fighting relegation, but they're not going to get relegated. But the pressure is on Arsenal. Nah, Spurs are not getting relegated.
I remember we had Obafemi Martins and Viduka and all them, and they're like...
Yeah, but you know what it is? The rest of the teams below them are not good enough to catch them, I don't think.
West Ham are playing all right.
I think West Ham are.
Burnley got a draw.
The thing that might save
Burnley
Tottenham
are finished.
is Forest being... No,
Chelsea.
It's Forest being madmen that might save Tottenham. If they didn't sack Daesh, Tottenham
but hold on.
Okay,
so you've got a Forest in the relegation zone?
Forest are the place between the relegation zone and Tottenham. So it's West Ham, Forest, Tottenham.
Forest beat Liverpool tomorrow. Oh.
You know what? I know this. I know you've been living good, D. You haven't looked at the bottom half of the table. He hasn't got a clue. He's like, no, it's bad. It's bad, bro.
Well, then that makes it even worse for Arsenal then, because Spurs have to win.
They have to win, and it's Arsenal, and they got a new manager bounce.
That's mad. That's mad. Imagine if Spurs score first. Ooh.
I think they will, though. I think they will come out and score first.
I think they will as well.
It's just what Arsenal do from that point. They're going to see where the game ends up.
Yeah. But that's what you want to see, man. You want to see a title race, man. You want to see a title race. So.
Exactly.
It's good because this time last season, relegation was done, title was done.
Exactly.
Neither are done now. We're talking about both ends of the table still, and that's what everybody wants for the Premier League.
Yeah. But this question, with Newcastle, though, where do you guys think we're going to finish?
Can I answer this and jump?
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna we'll do this question and then we'll shut down.
Yeah. I think if we're looking at how things are projected, I think Opta analysts now, I agree, got us like finishing between 53 points, which would be like 8th, 9th, I think. For us to be anywhere near our last points total last season, 66 points, I think the next 12 games, we would have to improve our results by another 2 wins and 2 draws. So to do that, we'd have to really, you see all the stuff that we're talking about winning. That's why winning those games in a row is so huge. It's not impossible. The only reason why I don't say it's impossible is because we know that last 5 games of the season for most teams, everyone's pretty much getting on the beach. If you're not fighting relegation, and you're not like in any cups or you're not getting into Europe, most teams are relaxed. If we're still like in a good moment and we've got a chance, I think we can motor through those games and get some results if we can. But it's what I'm saying is like an eye of the needle type of stuff in order to do that. So in terms of the likelihood stuff, if we get anywhere near 60 points, so I think we'll finish between 55 and 60 points. That'll probably be about between 7th and 9th. We might sneak in the Europa Conference if someone like Villa wins it and they finish in the top 6 type of thing. I think it'll be that type of situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
about you guys?
I think the highest we could finish is 7th, the absolute highest. But given the fact that the games are running out now, innit? 11 games left, and we still got to go to the Emirates, Stamford Bridge as well. I think, plus we've got obviously the FA Cup and Champions League. I think it's more likely 8th. I think we get 8th. Yeah, 8th. And then, like you said, if we get fortunate where Villa win it and they finish in the top 6, then we'll get a Conference League, wherever it is. But yeah, 8th at best. I don't see us 7th at best, sorry, but more likely 8th. More likely 8th.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 7th at the minute. Some of the teams above that would have to have a bit of a crash for us to get in now, which is annoying to say because I don't think many of them teams are actually that much better.
When Chelsea drew at home to Burnley today, and who else messed up today? Somebody else messed up. Villa. Yeah. I was like, this is so annoying that we had to play Man City. Why couldn't we play, someone not Man City, basically? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like it's still. I think they still got it in them. Like Chelsea had a week off and they drew, and Burnley. It wasn't a lot. I watched the game against Burnley. Like it wasn't like a smash and grab like draw. They deserved that draw. Yeah. So I just wish the points gap wasn't this wide. Like otherwise, I would have backed us to be able to at least get close to them or catch them.
I think we'll get close.
Yeah, well, that's why I think the next 2 home games in particular against Everton and Man United, that would really set the pace in terms of what we're doing going forward. Those are must wins if we're even going to do anything like that.
So I think we get back into Europe just by winning a cup, though. So it's all right.
Big up, Mitch. That's what I love, man.
Well, boys, thank you very much for this random, just off the back of it show, just after we shut down the last one. So yeah, thanks for jumping on for the evening's out. Even if you want to plug anything before we wrap.
What's yours, man?
Yeah. Toon Tactics TV, guys, catch me on, depends when our next game is, but it should be Tuesday, unless we've got a game on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday playing Carabag or Tuesday?
It'll be the opposite of what it was before, so it'll be Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'll have a show on Monday previewing the game, guys, so do look out for it.
Yeah, myself, D-Man TV, my own channel, and then also 90s Mags. Myself and Jefferson will be reviewing tonight's game tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So tune in for that one. But yeah, I'm about, man.
Yeah, catch them both. Both put out some fantastic content, so make sure you do that. Little bit of admin before we go. Same as always, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and all that. Help us grow. Be much appreciated, and we will be back Monday evening at 8:30 for the final decade, the 90s, where we piece together what we think the best Premier League team is from the 90s. And then if there's enough time left in the show, we're going to compare the 4 sides we've put together from the 4 decades and see who would win a little round robin.
Who have you got so far? Who have you got so far?
So we've done the team. What you wanted? We've done the teams from the.
Who's your 3 teams that you've got so far? Who's your?
No, we've pieced them together from just the players.
Oh right. So I thought you haven't got. Okay.
I'll send you the screenshots of the 3 teams so far, so you can see. But man, what do you mean you ain't watched the shows? How do you not know?
Catch up.
I'll catch up now.
No, but love for joining, guys, as always. Like I said, check out these 2 guys' channels. Fantastic stuff as always. We'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.